in quite an uncertain time, there's one place we can look to feel more hopeful about the prospect of Kamala Harris defeating Donald Trump. I want to say again, because it's a new segment for those of you who didn't see my other one, that I'm operating for these discussions under the assumption, because I think it's the most likely scenario now that she's been endorsed by Biden, that Kamala Harris is the presumptive nominee. Maybe something changes in the coming days and there's a challenge and it's an open convention. We'll see. But it seems likely there's going to be a quick coalescing around Kamala Harris. And so, one place we can look for confidence about how November is going to go, even though we have a lot of work between now and then, is Trump's Truth Social feed. What? How could that be the case? Well, he's freaking out already. And I should say more broadly, watching the right-wing reaction to Kamala Harris now being what I think you could fairly say is the presumptive nominee is making me more confident that we're going to win this thing. Because goodness, they are terrified and sort of freaking out. And I also want to look at, in just a second here, a check that Trump signed that is coming back to haunt him. Since the news broke, Trump has been truth socialing through his emotions, and he first wrote, "Crooked Joe Biden's the worst president by far in the history of our nation." Obviously one of the better ones we've had in quite some time. "He has done everything possible to destroy our country, false, from our southern border to energy dominance, national security, international standing, and so much more. He was annihilated in an earth-shattering debate, and now the corrupt and radical Democrats are throwing him overboard. He was not fit to serve from the very beginning, but the people around him lied to America about his complete and total mental, physical, and cognitive demise. Whoever the left puts up now will just be more of the same. Make America great again. Crooked Joe just got knocked out, so now I'll have to do it a fourth time." He says a different post, and then he questions if Biden even has COVID, which is a conspiracy theory we've been hearing, that this was just some way to hide him or something. And then, "My debate with Crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States, was slated to broadcast on fake news ABC." He's talking about the next one. "The home of George Slopadopoulos." That's classy. "Sometime in September. Now that Joe has, not surprisingly, has quit the race," he put has twice for some reason, you don't have to do that, "I think the debate with whomever the radical left Democrats choose should be held on Fox News rather than very biased ABC. Thank you, Donald J. Trump." So he's already laying the groundwork, as you can tell there, to say, well, I want it to be on Fox News, so I won't do ABC News interview because I'm terrified of having to debate Kamala Harris. Which is one of the benefits of her potentially being the nominee. She definitely could deliver quite a debate, I'd be confident. Then he wrote this, and this is really telling. "So, we're forced to spend time and money on fighting Crooked Joe Biden. He polls badly after having a terrible debate and quits the race. Now we have to start all over again. Shouldn't the Republican Party be reimbursed for fraud in that everybody around Joe, including his doctors and the fake news media, knew he was not capable of running for or even being president? Just asking." And now he's saying that some sort of fraud took place. No. Neither of you, until just a second ago, were official nominees. Now you are, but the Democratic Party still didn't have an official nominee. And so while this is unusual, and while it is definitely quite the shakeup for Biden to realize that despite his own personal feelings about him being fit, which is what he continues to assert about himself, he's making a political decision, I think quite the high character one, but a decision based on the political prospects and him feeling like the perception of him, whatever he believes about his own cognitive acuity, the political damage has been too severe to beat Trump. And Trump clearly is worried that Kamala Harris would have a better shot because he's complaining that Joe Biden dropped out. Wait, isn't this what y'all have been wanting? Because I can flip it around. If Trump dropped out of the race, I obviously wouldn't be pumped about whoever would take up the nomination, but I'd be so happy that he dropped out because I actually mean the things I say about how bad he is. Whereas some of these people don't actually mean that Biden's the worst president of American history, or that he's going to destroy the country, or that, as Trump has said, America will be finished if Biden wins re-election. And so now they're thinking, dang it, we spent all this time on dishonest branding on Biden, and now we're going to have to throw that in the trash. And I'm going to show you in this segment what attacks they have against Kamala Harris. And I can tell you, if this is all they have, after some time knowing that there was a chance this would happen, they could be doing Oppo research, then they're in a bad spot. Because all you can go after is her laugh or DEI race baiting comments, then you're the one telling us you're in a tough spot if that's all you're doing. I'm not even having to jump to too many conclusions to realize if that's all you're bringing out, her laugh, really? Woo! Because I can tell you, Trump's laugh is the last concern with how bad and unfit he'd be as president. We care about policy and the foundation of our democracy, not someone's laugh. And I think the laugh's fine, for the record. Here's a check that was signed by Donald Trump in 2011, donating to Kamala Harris. Oh, the horror. Re-elect Attorney General Kamala D. Harris in 2014. And signed Donald John Trump. So apparently whatever he's going to say now about her, things have changed in his perception of her leadership ability. Now, also quickly, Vice President Kamala Harris, in between the last segment I recorded about this and now, has released a statement accepting Biden's endorsement, thus saying she does want to be the presidential nominee. On behalf of the American people, I thank Joe Biden, and I'll go quickly with this for the sake of time, for his extraordinary leadership as president of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. His remarkable legacy of accomplishment is unmatched in modern American history, surpassing the legacy of many presidents who have served 2 terms in office. It's a profound honor to serve as his vice president, and I'm deeply grateful to the President Dr. Biden and the entire Biden family. I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We were friends from our days working together as attorneys general of our home states. As we worked together, Beau would tell me stories about his dad, the kind of father and the kind of man he was, and the qualities Beau revered in his father are the same qualities, the same values I have seen every single day in Joe's leadership as president. His honesty and integrity, his big heart and commitment to his faith and his family, and his love for our country and the American people. With this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden's doing what he's done throughout his life of service, putting the American people and our country above anything else. And then here's the key part. I am honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. Over the past year, I've traveled across the country talking with Americans about the clear choice in this momentous election, and that is what I will continue to do in the days and weeks ahead. I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump and his extreme Project 2025 agenda. We have 107 days. Oh my goodness. That just occurred to me. We have 107 days, until election day. Together, we will fight, and together, we will win. Kamala Harris concludes. So it's official. She's in the race. I don't know if there will be a challenge. Again, just my vibe. And I'm telling you up front, it's just a vibe, okay? This isn't some bold prediction. My vibe is I don't see Gretchen Whitmer, Josh Shapiro, Andy Beshear, Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg, etc. I don't see them coming out and saying, I want a challenger. I see a quick unity. But that's just my vibe. And so I know what you're thinking. Well, let's see what MAGA media is up to. And we'll do more on tomorrow's show of the Fox News reaction probably and some different things. But Libs of TikTok is this huge right-wing account. And they constantly target people. They're particularly obsessed with the LGBTQ community. And they posted this. They want, Libs of TikTok writes, this woman to be president. And so I know what you're thinking. When we say, people want Trump to be president, we play videos maybe of a news report, Trump being found liable of sexual abuse. Clips of January 6th. He incited a mom and sat back for hours and didn't do anything. Hang Mike Pence. People chant in these videos because of lies Trump told. A news report of Donald Trump being indicted first time, second time, third time, fourth time. 2 of those related to him trying to block the peaceful transfer of power. 1 of those already leading to a conviction, a convicted felon. A video breaking down the impact of Trump's tax cut bill that shoveled money in the direction of the wealthy, hurting average working Americans and exacerbating income inequality. Play an audio recording of, don't worry, we're going to get to this video. I'm getting really into this long list, so just bear with me. An audio recording of him saying he grabs women by the P word. And what do they have to play on Kamala Harris? Anything like that in their video? Their big, Kamala Harris wants to be president video. Now this is what they play.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby.
No.
You know, if you're someone who genuinely, I just felt a fire up my chest. Okay, let's really zero in on this and send this to anyone that you think it applies to. If you're someone who considers, nay, puts emphasis on, in your consideration for who should be the most powerful person in the world, if your focus is on their laugh, you need to do some soul searching, okay? That's my message. There's no way, there's no universe in which you make any sense if your focus is on the laugh, which also, I think laugh is awesome. Laugh, singular. I think laughing is great. And I found that laugh delightful, okay? And by the way, let's not be so cocky. I'm sure some of you MAGA folks, if you're watching, when you really get chuckling, I don't know if you would have the best, I don't even know what I'm saying, the best laugh. Who cares? And also, I'm trying to sympathize with people, which is why I'm even giving this a second. No, okay? You know what I see when I hear that laugh? Do you know what I hear when I hear that laugh, I should say? A laugh. And laughing generally to me is fantastic. Unless it's Trump laughing about grabbing women by the P word, you know? Other than that, okay, you get the point. Millions of people every single week watch this show who are not subscribed. Please, if you're one of those people, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's easy, it's free. I appreciate it so much. Back to the video. With that being said, if you have any people in your life also who really struggle to pronounce Kamala Harris's name correctly, if it's genuine, which there are people, so many, who genuinely just mess up, fine. But if they're one of those people who does it purposefully for reasons, then maybe we have children explain the pronunciation to them.
Not Kamala. It's not Kamala. It's not Kamala.
It's Kamala.
Kamala Harris. Kamala's for our schools.
Kamala's for affordable childcare.
That's Kamala. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris for Senate.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
There it is. So now you've had that explained to you. I do want to search up. This was not on the plan, but Tucker Kamala pronunciation. Let's see if I can get this pulled up, because this is quite the video. Yes, here it is. Tucker Carlson was very upset one time when he got corrected on the pronunciation of Kamala Harris's name.
Tucker, can I just say one quick thing, because this is something that will serve you and your fellow hosts on Fox. Her name is pronounced comma, like the punctuation mark la, Kamala. Okay? Seriously, I've heard every sort of bastardization
so
of
what?
that. That's how it is, Kamala.
Okay.
Well,
But
I think it's out of respect for somebody who's going to be on the national ticket. Pronouncing her name right is actually not, it's kind of a
So
bare
I'm
minimum. That's all.
disrespecting her
by mispronouncing her name unintentionally. So it begins. You're not allowed to criticize Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris or whatever.
No.
What is wrong with you? Are you a baby, Tucker? He just explained it. Comma, like the punctuation mark. La. Okay? Just say comma and your mouth will follow the rest. Comma, la. Oh, there it is. Okay? Okay, Kamala, whatever it is. He just explained it, Tucker. This is just priceless. And I know, is it the top priority in terms of issues facing the American people? No. But if you're a media figure, the amount you say these names, you can pronounce it correctly. You just can. You really can. You can do it, Tucker.
It's kind of a
So
bare
I'm
minimum.
disrespecting her by mispronouncing her name unintentionally. So it begins. You're not allowed to criticize Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris or whatever because Kamala Harris.
Whatever.
Okay, look, I unintentionally
basic.
mispronounced her
Let me answer your
name,
question.
but I love the idea that she's immune from criticism. So let me
Who's saying that? She's not immune from criticism. This is the thing that really bothers me. People go, oh my gosh, you won't let me have my freedom of speech because you're telling me something that disagrees with me. No, you use your freedom of speech to seem, we'll just say, wrong, to be wrong in the pronunciation. He's using his freedom of speech, his criticism ability. Tucker, can you not be criticized? Is that what you're saying? He used his critical and freedom of speech ability to criticize you and say, hey, it's a little weird that one of the most famous people on the planet, and your job is to cover people like them, you can't just do the name the way that it's supposed to be done. That's all. And same thing with, you can criticize her laugh, sure. I'm just criticizing you back, saying you're a weirdo, okay? Cool? Because, frankly, you didn't fall out of a coconut tree, and that should be noted. Now, in all seriousness, here is a moment of Kamala Harris for us now to... I'm still stuck on the Tucker thing. 1 second, okay? If you thought we're moving on, we're not. How do you... That takes some work to intentionally get the two most common wrong ones after it was just... That would really be hard for my brain to do. Wow, okay. Back to this. So, Kamala Harris, here's a sense of the message we're going to be hearing from her.
So some of you may have heard Donald Trump's running mate deliver remarks at the Republican National Convention. He talked about his life story about growing up in Southwest Ohio, and it was compelling. It's a compelling story. And it was not the full story. Frankly, what is very telling is what he did not talk about on that stage. He did not talk about Project 2025, their 900-page blueprint for a second Trump term. He did not talk about it because their plans are extreme and they are divisive. In recent days, they've been trying to portray themselves as the party of unity. But here's the thing. If you claim to stand for unity, you need to do more than just use the word. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are pushing an agenda that deprives whole groups of Americans of basic freedoms, opportunity, and dignity. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are intent on taking reproductive freedoms from the people of America and the women of America. Trying to ban abortion nationwide as they do and restrict access to IVF and contraception as their plan calls for. You cannot claim to be for unity if you try to overturn a free and fair election and threaten to terminate the United States Constitution.
Yes, we are. We're gonna win. So get ready, MAGA. We're gonna go. We're gonna win. That's gonna, I know, make you feel sad, but then you're gonna be happy because our policies are specifically designed to help everybody. Isn't that great? Your guy wants revenge and retribution. As president, had this record of wanting to punish blue states for being blue states. And you know what we are all about? Uplifting everybody. And I know that can sound like just sort of a platitude or meaningless. I genuinely mean that when I say it. And it's one of the things that motivates me to do this. We've been talking about over the last few weeks how discouraging certain news cycles can be and just tiring. I'm a person. I get tired talking about this. Certain things. This is hyping me up, but I'm saying, some of the stories we have to talk about. And one of the things that actually seems to make it worth it on those days and is motivating, and I want to motivate all of you with, is that we're all about helping people. That's what this is about. I know we get caught up in the horse race politics of it all and the entertainment of it all, but underlying that, I hope for all of you, is a deep motivation and dedication to uplifting all Americans. And so with that in mind, we can see justice in victory, right? We're going to, yes, beat politically, beat a movement, beat a person, but doing so in the interest of everybody. And I'm pretty confident today, after just sort of observing the freak out from right-wing media, tuning back into some of Kamala Harris's speeches, knowing that she'll be able to run on the very successful record of Biden and herself. I feel some confidence. I'm curious to hear what you all think, so tell me in the comments. And if you're thinking, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is the type of show I want to support, conversations I want to support, you can do so by clicking the join button below.